Ehud Barak story and the Daily Mail. I think we can put the photographs up on the screen.
Well, first of all, the response to the photograph has been just shocking to begin with, and the fact that Ehud Barak is going to invoke the old saying that this is blood libel, that both Netanyahu and the Daily Mail have committed some kind of offense by using a public sidewalk in New York to take a picture of him entering the house of a convicted pedophile.
Right. So he knew, Ehud Barak, former prime minister of Israel, he's in New York City. He clearly knew that Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted pedophile.
Right. And it sounds like he knew this photo was going to come up because it was only 2 days ago at this point that he gave an exclusive interview announcing that he had visited Jeffrey Epstein's, and this is the media calling it, the orgy island, the island that sordid sexual activity was taking place on. He admitted to visiting this island, but he prefaced it by saying, I didn't see any girls.
I didn't see any girls. So.
Well, wait a minute. He said he met Epstein at least 10 times.
Right. But he didn't see any girls there. That's what he's saying.
That's right. But he got money for Epstein, a lot of money for his company. And this is 2015.
And to be clear, this is after Epstein's conviction.
Yes.
Which was in 2008.
You know, you can't go into it blind. So, well, I didn't know he had a conviction like that.
He knew it. He sought Epstein for money for his business, and he visited him, according to his own words, 10 times. And that photograph, those photographs were taken in 2016. Now, to be fair to Ehud Barak, it was January, New York City. It would, to say he was covering his face because it was cold, okay, that's a believable story. I mean, anybody who's been in New York City in January knows it's really cold, windy. The Daily Mail was insinuating that he was covering his face to disguise his identity.
Right.
And the young ladies who came in later, they did not enter with him at the same time. They entered hours later. They don't appear to be too cold. Doesn't look like they're suffering frostbite.
But he is a Middle Eastern man in New York City, and so he might have got a little chilled there.
But when he came out, he was wearing a big fur hat, which he's not wearing going in. So did he leave his hat there on a previous visit? Where did the hat come from?
It's a fair question.
Or did he borrow Jeff's hat? I mean, we really want to be borrowing anything from Jeffrey Epstein.
And are there any photographs of Jeffrey Epstein wearing a giant fur hat? I don't think so. So there's obvious suspicion there. And so Ehud Barak said today he's going to sue the Daily Mail if they did not take down the article and the photographs. Did they do it?
The article is still up and the photographs are still embedded at the time of our program. So they've called his bluff on this. And Rick, when it comes down to this, there is public interest in the story. I can't speak to the legality of it, but clearly, if a former prime minister of what, I'll take our government at our own word, one of the greatest allies of America in the Middle East, is seen visiting the house of a convicted pedophile and now the alleged headquarters of an purportedly international sex trafficking ring. Don't you think that would be a story of interest? Any paper in the world should have the right to publish that?
It's a huge story.